Oh yes, it is time for another wonderful medieval city builder here on the channel. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back for our first look at Of Life and Land, a game you may have seen before on the channel, but under a very different name. Well, this game is brand new, and hold up, I'll explain in just a second. So make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell. Most of you who watch these videos are not subscribed, yet you watch many times. So definitely make sure you do that, and glory to Raptoria down below in the comment section as we take our first look at this wild ride of a game that previously was called and I'm going to probably mispronounce this, but I probably called it at the time Circle of Curzovin. And yeah, spoiler alerts, this is going to be a little bit of a yapping section because I want to explain things. So if you're not down with, learning all about the past of the game or whatever, I get you. Just go ahead and jump ahead and enjoy a little bit more of the playthrough. But honestly, I think it's important to note that this game once was called Circle of Curzovin, and we played like the beta, then a demo, and then I think there was like a pre-release beta or something like that before it released on May 16, 2025. But then it changed its name to Of Life and Land. So I wanted to see why that was, what's different from the previous time that we played, and really see more of what also seems to be a 1.0 release back in May. And this will be our first time seeing it. I was a little busy. I was out of town, and I was in Poland playing, of course, the Altars with the 11-bit studios, but I always wanted to come back and play this one, including a few others like, for example, Pioneers of Pagonia, which also this one kind of reminds me of, but I don't know why. What's interesting here is that on this screen, before you even get to the menu of the game, it pops up with this screen that basically says, hey man, we're different, and this game's going to be a little unusual. I think it's immediately trying to get players to not be freaked out by what they're trying to do, and it makes it seem almost like black and white. You remember the game from Electronic Arts many years ago? It says the game is based on a deeply simulated world, which every living creature is always trying to get what it needs from the environments. And that makes me wonder, does that include human beings? Is it basically a hands-off game where maybe you influence them a little bit and have no control? I have no idea. I wanted to go in with this blind because I don't remember anything like this from the previous game that I played. So let's see how it changed. All right, enough of that. We're going to go ahead and watch a cutscene and then jump right into a scenario. I don't know if this game actually has any sort of sandbox mode. From what I can see, it says strategy, city builder, simulation, base building, and also on Steam it says Of Life and Land is a charming settlement building strategy game paired with a rich simulation experience. Every animal and plant strives to find its own place in nature while you lead your villagers to their future. Expand to different regions and trade with local factions to gain needed resources. So a little Banished, a little Foundation, maybe a little sprinkle of, I don't know, Manor Lords and, Farthest Frontier. I don't know. Anyway, enjoy the cutscene and let's chat a little bit more because I think it's important. Let's go.
The year 1012. Kerzoven. An untouched, almost uninhabited region on the edge of the empire. In other areas of the country, villages and towns are growing fast. So fast that space soon becomes scarce. Real division leaves hires without land and property. But we still have room here, and we could use the people. This is our chance. Let's invite them and together create a thriving region worth living in. Kerzoven.
All right, well, that explains that then. So they definitely pushed the Kerzoven. I'm just going to call it Curzovin because I'm not going to be able to do that, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, so this game seems to have a bunch of scenarios too, and nice that they explain the backstory, but kind of still confusing. Like, okay, things are good, but things are bad. It said the year 1012, but I don't think we're talking about Earth here. So if we take a look here, we've got ourselves a bunch of different scenarios that may be taking place in different maps. Looks like Kerzoven blank plus ABC. Same scenario there, but then also Lensburg, Rizana, and then also A. Now, apparently they've also added some of these new things in here, so some of these things are, newly added since the 1.0 launch. But let's go ahead and just take it from the top and see what it's all about. It says with tutorial, multiple settlements, and easy. And it looks like most of these are easy, and then go right into advanced for the last three. And one of them is single settlement, which means I guess we're not going to be exploring. So let's jump in. Here we go.
Ah, good that you are here.
Yeah, so the year 1012, Elaine of Kerzoven.
I sent for you because I have an important task for you.
Now this is an interesting map. This looks like China with North and South Korea, and then like Japan would be over here, but also it's like the top of Russia. This basically looks like, yeah, the area of in like Mongolia here, except there's mountains. Okay, interesting. Go on.
The situation in the southern part of the empire is steadily worsening due to rapid population growth. It becomes more and more difficult for the common people. Farms are cut smaller and smaller because of the division of inheritance, while taxes remain the same or even increase. New land can only be gained to a limited extent by clearing or by developing less optimal areas. Even among the nobility, there are more and more descendants who are not entitled to inherit. We are Kerzoven, one of the largest estates in the empire. We still do not have large cities and productive villages, and are therefore insignificant. I would like to change that. I send you north. Explore the region. Be wise and see that the people lack nothing. This way, new settlers will join you. And if you are open and decent to them and their customs, they will stay.
Okay.
Build a community center to consolidate your position in the region. But also take care of your supplies, because the summer is quickly over. Good luck. I'm counting on you.
So I can only imagine that this cutscene is the same for all the scenarios that have Kerzoven in it. So I guess the other ones would be different. So like 3 or 4 other settlements. I guess it's really like more like your goal towards the end, right? Boy, this actually looks very familiar from the beta. I kind of remember this, a body of water at the bottom, ramps and things like that. I love this art style. This really reminds me of like Schedule 1 and like, you know, there's games like, I think there's a game called The Apocalypse and also Surrounded that kind of uses this like, I don't know what you would call this, but let's just call it Schedule 1 since most people are familiar with it type art style. Now here's our people. So yeah, you can kind of see they give that vibe a little bit too. Alright, so there's a lot of objectives over on the right side. Raw material supply and then constructing buildings. So, looks like there's flowering fruit trees here too. Yep, fruit trees there. Berries. Blueberry emote in the chat and down below in the comment section. Let's get it going. What do we have here? Wheat. Oh yeah, wild wheat there. Okay. Alright. And I'm also getting vibes of going medieval too, immediately. So this all seems very familiar. It's kind of like all coming back to me, but also it's a little different. Oh, that'd be great to build a castle up there. I also wonder if we can cut all this out, you know what I mean? Like mining and actually doing quarrying that way. Okay, an interesting mini-map here too. Very cool. Okay, let's do as they say. Let's go ahead and start by building a, well, let's play some rotated building, I guess. So here's where we're starting. And what could we build first? She mentioned the community center. We have ourselves a gatherer's shack, a forester's stump, simple stonemason, and a fishing place? Yeah. And we have ourselves a baker's simple oven, rudimentary tailor, hand mill, sawing. We have some homes here. So we have, wow, look at this. Hold on a second. We go up to tier 7. Wow, damn, with a cathedral and a big bathhouse. Okay, this is good for those of you who want to build a lot of stuff. Got some farming going on here too. Oh no, that's fences and walls. I thought that was wheat there. And then we also have plants and fields. That would be more on the farming. So we got palms. Oh, okay. So we might have different types of biomes too. Okay, well, I guess we'll start with what's on the right side first. Forester's stump. That's what they want us to build. So let's go ahead and plop that down. I can only imagine anything within the diamond is within range to be cut down. So, and it looks like also the bushes might be cut down. I hope we can stop it from doing that. I don't know how close we want to put it either, but let's clear this area out because we're probably going to build here. It does seem to have the most amount of space. There's also over there too. Well, maybe we could build over there. All right, let's give that a shot. Let's build over here and cut down these trees. So we can rotate with R, and then we can plop that down there. Okay, now broadleaf tree. I don't know exactly what that is. Plant trees near your forester stump to improve yields. Okay. Okay. So I guess we're being a forester ourselves now. Alright, that's cool. So that needs to be planted, then it'll be checked off, I think. Gatherer's Shack. I do love when we start in these types of games with basic stuff, right? Like basic gathering and hunting. I love in Farthest Frontier how long it takes to even really initially start farming. In like Manor Lords, it doesn't take very long at all to go from hunting and gathering berries to then pretty much farming. In fact, you're doing that right away with the burgage plots, and it's the same in Ostriv, and even Foundation you could start relatively early, but I do like it when a game makes you really respect hunting and gathering for a while. They want us to build a garden bed next, so let's find out where that is. Is that here? Grass, bush, cactus, wheat field. Okay. Kind of weird that we can plant our own fields when they say that nature's kind of like got a mind of its own. Okay, and what else was next? Garden bed and simple stonemason. Well, let's click that since we're here. Oh, and we can start mining stone here. All right. And I see a few paths that are attempted to be started. So there's one that goes down across this river, stops, and then goes back over to the other side. And I don't know what that torch is. Maybe like a gathering spot? Oh, yeah, they brought all their stuff. Okay, so this is like the beginning of Foundation when there's like the little crates there. So they brought 500 clean water, 50 bread, 30 raw meat, and 150 bark, roots, and sprouts. So that must be for food, I guess. I don't know about eating bark, but okay. Let's see. Garden bed is the last thing that I need to find. Oh, and there also is mud streets, aka roads. So that's nice. We can connect all that up. I guess we could kind of start with that now, just to kind of lay out our road here. And we might even build down here. This might be a good spot for farming, honestly. Lots of flat land and large and open, so that's good. Multiple crops may have to be grown too, like flax and different types of vegetables and grain. Who knows? What was the last thing? The garden, right. So we want garden. Gatherer's shack, forester, simple stonemason, fishing place, baker, hand mill. Okay, I don't see what they want us to build here. Maybe I can click here. Plant your garden beds or wheat fields near your gatherer's shack. Oh. Oh, there it is. Garden bed. Okay. Found that. But I already forgot where I put him, huh? Oh, in here, I think. Now, that's kind of cool that we can grow herbs and things in the forest as well. He can go, you know, looking for things, but also make his own. Okay, let's unpause then. Boy, doesn't that look like pollen in the air? I already feel like I want to sneeze. Okay, people are getting to work right away. How many settlers do we have? 10. It's, let's see, Friday, 6:30 a.m. year 1. We can speed up time. There are seasons here, so it's spring currently. Then we'll go into summer, autumn, and winter. Objective hints. Wow, there's a lot of stuff on screen here. Wealth. Number of days stored food is expected to last. Ooh, a little farthest frontier there with the spoilage. Nice. Materials and equipment. It's a pretty little waterfall there. Pretty little waterfall. And then we need some housing too, so 10 on that one. Straw hut. And I think we're going to build over here. Now there's a lot of wheat there, but I think we could sacrifice that for a little houseage. I wonder what the light means there like that. No light here, but then light there. Is that desirability, perhaps? By the flowers? I'm going to build 2 houses next to each other while they do their thing. All right, let's speed up time. Let's go maybe times 3. Oh, there's a wolf up there. Uh-oh. A gray wolf. Is that going to be dangerous? And you can see where life kind of has its own... Oh, there's a wolf cave there. Big burrow. Oh, no. Are they going to start attacking our people? Okay, we got a little farthest frontier here. Might have to destroy that. 4 gray wolves that live there. And they could also have stored goods, so they might be able to kill somebody and like maybe drag a body in there or something. Okay, well that's a little more than I was expecting. Yikes. Oh, look at that. The fruit tree there has 19 leaves, 3 branches. Wow, there's actually a lot of things that could be gathered there. Bark, the roots and sprouts probably around the tree. And then 45 fruits too. Okay, that's cool. Now I wonder with these buildings if we can set a work area. Oh, forester stump. Oh, okay. So they can cut down trees, collect branches, and mushrooms too. That's kind of cool. So the forester also gathers food and wood. Well, they're building that road. Okay, I think the roads are a good idea to make sure we don't get out of hand. Let's go ahead and build that. Let's go ahead and build this way. And then... Oh yeah, we're building down there too. And then we built across this way, and then I'll just build this way to the houses. For now. Like the river crossings with the logs that are down there. That's kind of a nice touch. I think I'm going to add more roads because I don't know if our people speed up on the roads, but I could only imagine if there's a mud road, then there must be other types of roads, and they'll make us move faster. The detailing here is quite nice, actually. I really like this. The simple look of the game is good, but... Oh, there's an abandoned mine. Oh, a tin deposit. Already with a mine set up with 500 tin inside. Okay. So if we can find some copper, we can make bronze. I guess currently we feel like we're in the caveman age. We're just building little round hut, like Neolithic huts and like gathering off the land. Is that person wounded? Oh, he's carrying a log. I thought that was a health bar. And that is the simple stone mason too. Okay. Well, let's speed up things even further. Look at that, you can go times 30. Wow, look at the days fly by. Damn, and everything was built. Wow, we did that within like the course of a day. Well done. Let's see, activate the temperature overlay. Okay. Where might that be? Activate the overlay. Click on the icon at the bottom right of the screen. There we are. Oh, okay, everybody's kind of cold there. All right. Water display. Okay, so we're going to need some wells up here, I think. Activate the dirt overlay. Yep, looks like all the earth is dirty. This must be fertility then for farming, which is good that we're going to build up there. There's a little bit of fertility. Much more than up there. And map symbols. Oh, okay, we can turn those on like cat. Oh, or we can have... Okay, so there's red deer, raccoon, cats, gray wolf, sheep, European hares, trout, fox, rat, human, cow, pike, chicken... And then ore and such. That's kind of cool. Alright. Let's see. Changing names. Click on the name of one of your settlements to change it. Okay. One of your settlements, they say, though. I feel like this could all just be one big settlement. A structured settlement. And I need cash now. Do you remember the number you're supposed to call? Alright, population progress. Straw hut. Oh, good. We're already building that. I gave the order for that, but they did not complete it yet. There it is. Click on the name of your settlement to change it. I don't even know where my name is. Valley? Oh, Valley, okay. Raptoria then. Raptoria it is. Okay, and then open the faction window by clicking on the number of settlers or by pressing F. Okay. So that's our people, their condition. I just dropped in to see what condition their condition was in, honestly. And it looks like progress here is not too bad towards certain jobs. Oh, this is cool. Okay, love games like this where if you keep somebody assigned to a certain job, they just get better at it. And I want to see that in pretty much every game, especially where it's like a, you know, any sort of pre-electricity thing where people used to be artisans or masters of a certain craft like blacksmithing or farming or whatever, and they just get better at that particular thing. Okay, now we need to build a straw hut. Looks like they're getting ready to do that next. They only want us to build one, though. Is that enough for like 10 people? I don't know. Oh, and look at that. We can also... Wow, there's a lot of information here. We got growth rate, nutrients. No water, no life, at least as far as we know. What? Temperature, cereal, grass. Wow, there's a lot of detail and layers here. This is interesting. Okay, so a lot of the features that I'm seeing here, I need to start seeing in some other games. This is great. I love the detail I saw in Farthest Frontier for clay and sandy soil, and then also nutrients, and then of course worrying about like different types of crop rotations too for the fertility of the land, which is also present in Austria too. It's not the first to do it, but it's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and undo the dirt overlay because it's kind of sad. Let's go back to nature. There we go. Oh, perfect. It's kind of looking like a sad nighttime, kind of a weird nighttime. Okay, I guess everybody's sleeping outside. They're very cold. I wouldn't imagine that we'd be done by day one with everything. They built as much as they could and then had to go to sleep. But now it's going to be morning. Dobre rano. So now it's 7:30. Bro mogon. Hamadu. Velkommen. Yo. What is this? I know this is our stonemason thing, but it's just basically a table. Okay. And what does the straw hut take? Build a straw hut to protect them from weather conditions and give us a comfortable sleeping place. Okay. Well, the wolves don't really seem to care about us. We're just walking back and forth next to each other on the highways. That's cool. Optional workers vacant. Work preparation 15 out of 15. Does somebody need to build this now? I don't know who's going to build. It's now like noon. Not sure exactly how to give them a job. Oh, look at that. We have unemployed and also children. Now, is there an employment thing here in this game? No. Achievements. Ah, 30 different achievements. Oh, so from Hamlet to Capital, and then some... Oh, there you go. Have your first baby, have 10 babies, 50 babies. Let's see. Have 20... Oh, there's negative ones, too. Have 25 homeless people. Get somebody ill, which is just going to happen naturally. Medicine cure a disease. That's great. Oh, here we go. The manly men are coming over with the big old log. Speed that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so they are building 2 of those. So I guess they have to come down here, cut down a tree, then carry it back to the construction site. This could take multiple days to build. We're starting to look at ancient cities here in terms of how long it takes to build things. Which I do appreciate when there's not a lot of things to build. Society hasn't really come up with what needs to be built and where yet, so I guess we'll see how long it takes them to build those little huts. Hey, there we go. Alright, roads, we already built that. Excellent, way ahead of you. Protection from cold. Oh, now they want us to make firewood and make rough rags. Use your building menu to find out how to produce rough rags. Building menu. Does it tell us what makes what? Rudimentary tailoring station, or table. Oh, that might make rough rags. That does appear to be it, yeah. Let's build that down here, maybe. It's kind of close to where we could find fiber, maybe in the forest? Or here, with all these berries. Oh, look at all the food. This is a great spot. We're in a good spot. I'm curious to see the other maps. This one kind of has a lake, but there were ones that were coasts, and I really like it when we get a game that allows us to build on the shoreline. I think it's a missed opportunity so far in Manor Lords and in, like, for example, Farthest Frontier, where we have these gorgeous building games, but we're not allowed to trade on, like, the rivers or the coastline yet. But, of course, we could do that in something like Ostriv or even in Banished long ago, where a river, boat would come up the river, and a river was important for trade and buying new stuff. Love that. Okay, firewood. Use the building menu to find out how to do that. Okay, so let's try to find firewood next. You'd think a forester's stump would be good for that. A sawing place. That seems to be firewood right there. Can I hover over that? Yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. So we're going to build that too. And since it's near the forest, yeah, it makes sense. Plop that down right there. Dobre. Alright, cool. What do we have here? A letter? Oh, arrival. Okay. So this is basically welcome. Hope you're well. And then our quest from the lady. Looks like we're gaining gold from doing that, so maybe we'll be able to buy some stuff later. Very slow production so far. Very slow game so far, but it should be, right? Like, exponentially, you should first get a group of people, then shelter them. It's like this in Foundation and Farthest Frontier and even Dawn of Man. And once you get your initial settlers shelter, more people start showing up, and then, of course, they start getting jiggy with it and having babies. Oh, yeah. And that's pretty cool to see in pretty much any game. People are happy enough to start, lives together and then have children. And then those children have children, and so on and so forth. What is that? That's a building? Oh, I guess it is. It almost looks like a Viking longhouse in a way. Kind of more long than I was expecting. It was more of a round... I thought you just need a building like that, but I guess it's kind of storing that. Yeah, context and phrasing. Context and phrasing, I know. Harvest grain, gets fruits, vegetables, roots, harvest grass. This game has a lot of resources that I never saw in other games where they could gather it for sure. And I like the idea of, like, the forester not just cutting down logs and whatnot, but also gathering food, because everybody's going to have to pitch into the food thing, because that's basically like oxygen, right? Everybody needs that to live, and everybody's got to work on conserving it and gathering it or producing it somehow. All right, we got a cold alert. Do we have enough homes for everybody? How many people can live in a house? 2 out of 2. Whoa, we need way more homes than this. We're supposed to get everybody out of the cold. I think we need to have 5 of these bad boys then. Let's build like a little area here. Just a little itty-bitty neighborhood, I guess. A cul-de-sac. Oh, why did that style change? That's cool. This one's got like an A-frame. Is there a way to change? Or is it just randomized? I don't know what changes that. There's a campfire too. Maybe we'll put that over here. Something they're probably going to ask us to build later, but I'll build it now. Seems to be a good communal thing, and also probably for cooking food. Food. Okay, so they want us to make rough rags. Do we need a recipe for that? Max 5. Seems they just want us to make 1. Looks like there are a lot of jobs for 10 people to work. I mean, there's the stonemason already. We got the logging camp. Maybe they just do that whenever there is a need for that job. Everybody does everything, but they only do it if they need to do it at that particular point in time. I don't know. Love the music here too, by the way. Not bad. Love to hear it, yeah. Oh, and there goes the rain. Number of days food is expected to last 1.1 still. I feel like they're just going to go and do things to certain thresholds. Oh, there it is. -6 on the housing. Okay. I'm just going to speed things up further because now everybody's sleeping and I just kind of want to see some things get built. Oh, that's great. They're actually gathering around the campfire. Is that preventing cold? This is a good spot to sleep. Hell, we should have just built that first. I mean, if you got to sleep on the ground for the first couple of nights because that's just the way it is, at least better to sleep near fire? Of course, they want their houses up. I don't blame them. Oh, it's one of those games, too, where a path kind of creates a loop. One of those games. Yeah. So I would imagine the immediate goal here is to try to, you know, shelter everybody, get enough people into the town, shelter them as well, and then prepare for winter, to where winter could be maybe more brutal based on the different types of maps, or maybe seasonal changes where some winters are more hectic than others to get through. Yeah. See? Rough rags, okay. That's the other thing we need to make. And I guess somebody's just going to come over and do it. Because it is set to be 2. Oh, is that priority? Oh, let's put that top, I think. Or am I not changing the priority? Crafting rags. Oh, out of wool and out of grass. So shouldn't somebody be gathering that grass then? One of these goals, one of these places did say to get grass. We're already into the summer now, damn. A roof over the head, have no homeless people. Well, that's good, okay. Finish that now. Things take a little while to go here, I think. Love the look of the trees, though. Very nice. 2 unemployed, but no children. Okay. Well, if anybody's unemployed, come on over. We got tasks for you. So basic clothes out of wool or leather. And wool again. Okay. That's nice music. What's going on at the campfire? Grill meat. Get bread. Get bread. Not to bake bread, but get. Get fruits, vegetables, mushrooms. Is this like them preparing these meals here? And I guess there's employees here too. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at all the food in the game. Okay, so we got exotic fruits. We got firewood to fuel that. Eggs, mushroom, bread, chicken. Cooked meat, it is. Fruits, dairy product, and then vegetable. So dairy product would be cheese. I don't know, they can't just call it cheese, but maybe yogurt. But then None of that would really have to be prepared, right? Like, you don't have to cook cheese or yogurt. At least maybe not there. Unless this is a cheese maker where somebody could come over and, like, maybe make cheese or churn butter. I didn't see butter on the list, but... All right, how do we get somebody to work here? I want somebody working here. We got Carl. Carl is working here. So Carl is assigned at the rudimentary tailoring table and is supposed to be making rags, but we don't have grass. But who would be gathering grass? I gotta remember then who is supposed to do that. Crafting rags, right? What about the firewood table? They don't get grass, do they? Somebody should get grass. There was one. There it is, harvest grass. Okay, let's make that a higher priority here. Can we click and drag? No. So we want to make grass gathering a little higher for this gatherer's shack. And do we have a permanent employee there? Dana, Astrid, and Vacant. Vacant is also working here. Whoever that is. Sounds like a fake name. Alright, so we're going into autumn now, shortly. Let's speed things up. I want to see if they can get all this done on their own. So this is, I think, the extent of us being able to command them. Okay, now we can start making grain. So back to the hand mill. I'll keep that near the camp. And then they need a baker's simple oven. Oh, I love the light coming out of there. Look at that. That's cool. Alright, cool. Okay, so they're going to make, yeah, bread out of that. And we already did the campfire, so we're way ahead again. Miles ahead. Nothing could stop us. Too good. Bum, 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 bum. So it's cool that we get expand to different regions and trade, and I'll have to see exactly how that takes place. I mean, that'll be interesting to see. This seems to also, in the upper left corner, under where it says population progress, that does seem to be a banner maybe for the city that we're on, the scenario. And there does seem to be some other scenarios too. I'd like to see how those unfold, but I do believe that the most interesting thing about this game is when you start from zero, but also when you maintain a city after several years of renewal. It'll be fascinating to see how things actually change over time. You know, pushing buildings out of town that used to be forestry buildings. Now, of course, you're farming, that kind of thing. And then that has to be pushed out of town. Oh boy. Bum, 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 bum. I love this music. All right, we're about to go into autumn. I'm going to speed things up a little bit more. They just need to build these things. So honestly, I'm not sure what else I could do. There does seem to be 2 people still unemployed, so I guess somebody would be working at the, when we're done here, hand mill, and then the baker's simple oven. But also kind of shocked that we don't have any babies on the way yet. We'll have to see what kind of a game this is, where oftentimes, you know, a child will move in, or you know, like a child would be born, and then within a year, they're working full time. Bum, 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 bum. Another beautiful day in the kingdom. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Oh, there's like herds of sheep over here. I wonder if we can actually capture them and raise them. Well, they did mention about how animals are so free and wild, and that definitely reminds me of how they are in Dawn of Man too. Okay, this is good. We have no more unemployed. Oh, and I didn't notice our objectives changed. So now we can click plus and minus in the personal window. Wow, look at that. You can see everybody's pathing. That's cool to see. I like seeing that. Alright, where's our plus and minus for Erica? What does it say? Click the plus or minus in the personal window. They don't mean that. Hire or dismiss a worker. Oh, we're talking about these buildings. Okay. In the personnel window. Wait a minute. That's a whole different thing. So we have a personnel thing. Faction data, map. Deconstruct. We got... Oh, there's our multiple roads. There we go. Locked, we need a higher level. Right. How do we add and subtract? Ah, there it is. Okay. So let's hire to the campfire, I guess. And then remove him. There we go. Okay, there. That objective is done. Open the help menu. You got it. Done. Elaine is on her way. 5 days remain. Continue to expand the settlement until Elaine returns in 5 days. Returns? Is she bringing guests or what? What are we doing? Somebody getting married? Let's see. I think we'll build here. Kind of reminds me of building in Fabledom too, where in that game a lot of buildings seem so close together because space is a premium and you get so many bonuses for having things together where certain buildings can then provide bonuses to other buildings based on like the range or the AoE from a road or from the actual building itself. So let's see. Choose one of your villagers and examine their needs. Prosperity. Reach level 11 in population progress. Needs and wants. Ah, there's what they want and what they need. Wow, 7 levels of desire. Some of these things look like what? Desserts, beer, jewelry. Have medicine when I'm ill, of course. You have to get there first, I guess. Alright, so I guess in order to get prosperity, we need Elaine to come back. Love this. The speed options in this are so good. I always love going slow in Farthest Frontier and Manor Lords, but congratulations, Raptoria reached level 2. Glorious. Glorious. Alright, she's here in 3 days. Make sure that the inhabitants of your region are doing well and reach the next level of population development. Okay, population progress, right? Show task. Oh, there's some side quests here. Alright, let's accept these side quests. Make a cesspit. Oh, great. Oh, and people joined. Wonderful. And we're building more homes. Alright, time to build a cesspit. Potter's workshop. Well. Hunting lodge. Root cellars, too, for storage. Nice. Where's the cesspit? Oh, we got a wind catcher. What? Guild house. There's our cesspit. Oof. I don't know where we'd want to put that. Maybe over here. I don't know what some of those glowing things mean, but it seems to be far enough away from town. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Speed things up again. This one seems to be good to play at like maybe speed 2, but then I feel like the game should automatically pause if there's an event. Because you give all the orders for a bunch of buildings to be made, and then they kind of take their time to do them, and sometimes it's instant almost, and sometimes it takes a little bit. Look at all the animals there. Is that... I thought I saw cows, but those are some big old deer. Jumping across the river, too. Wait, did that one fall asleep in the... Oh, the fishes. Sleeping with the fishes. Yeah, see? Gonna be sleeping with the fishes. Yeah. I gotta be honest here, there's a lot of potential for this game to be even bigger. This is just like the tier 1 stuff, but so it seems like there's not a lot that has changed here at the beginning, but honestly there's a lot more to do than ever before. And this does seem like a fun challenge, but I want a sandbox mode. I don't know if there's actually a way to procedurally generate. It looks like the developers have, you know, a couple of maps and a couple of scenarios made for us, but it's like, Why not be able to, you know, build without objectives or whatever? I guess the objectives would always be the same though, right? Like you'd want to work your way through the tech tree, which is determined by previous tech. So it's like, you know, if you want to build a farm, then you're probably already doing hunting and gathering, and then by then you're moving on to like the stonemason and big barn for animal husbandry. And those things are always going to come first. Like you're probably going to do hunting and gathering before even starting your own farm. I mean, I just mentioned it earlier. That's no surprise and not unusual. Most games do that anyway when it comes to a survival city builder. Is that deer dead? Oh, it is dead. What happened? A dead red deer with 100%. I don't know what that means. Need level in progress? Okay. I don't know if a wolf killed that or what, but yeah. It'd be great to build a city up here too. I don't know if we get attacked. It doesn't mention any of that in the description of the game, but I do see, you know, houses and villages being built up on fortified hills, so that's interesting. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. All right, so we're waiting for this lady to arrive in like 3 days. I don't know if those people who said they would move in actually moved in yet, or if they're on their way. Oh, there's the community center. That is something we're supposed to build. Hilarious. It looks like, you know, like a giant ivory / beautiful like limestone building, but here it's just a hut. Oh, let's build it there. That kind of looks nice. I think that was one of our goals too. It'll probably be our next goal. But that'll be like our government center or something like that. Not bad. Oh, and there's a seasonal transition. Love that. Okay. Trees going from green to like orange and red. Okay. Yeah, more games need to do that. First saw that in Austria, it blew my mind. And then, you know, Dawn of Man and Farthest Frontier do that too. I don't know about Foundation. That game should use seasons. That'd be nice. Who doesn't love a good seasoning? Mm-hmm. Tasty. Bum, 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 bum. We're barely even getting started here. I mean, this feels more like a caveman city builder at the moment. Like, this feels like Dawn of Man in like a weird voxel grid format than, and a little mix of going medieval. I don't know. It's cool. It's nice. And it seems like it's improved. Good times. Yeah. All right, guys, that's all the time I have today for Of Life and Land, but it came out May 16, 2025, and it seems like a lot has been added, but not much has changed other than the name, and I guess that's a good thing. The roadmap that they had laid out seems to have been followed, and I hope we see more of this game in the future, both on Steam and also here on the channel. If you'd like to see more, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know you'd like to see more, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for subscribing. Have a great afternoon, good evening, good night. And remember, I'll be on vacation in the next week to Sweden. So I'll see you all when I get back after a little while. So thank you very much for watching. Tack så mycket, hej då. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye. Or now. I don't know. I could be live. I'm probably live.